this screen right after
The
you
picture
shoot?
comes up right up on there,
Okay.
and then they load up like that. But then I X'd out of it, so now I'm back in the good lord, I'm in the CareStream software.
Okay, I'm recording.
So what screen do we
Okay.
start at?
Okay, hang on, I didn't
Sorry,
get
I'm so
there yet.
confused.
I'm not showing you that because I got in this and I can't make me new again. So I'm going to go with this and then I'll show you what you guys will come up with and how you load in. Basically, I just had to search me. That's how I got in here. But the other screen, some of you might have seen it. It's super simple. I'll go back there in a minute. But when you come back in to annotate this, you'll be in the CareStream software. And then I went under database first. And then I just typed in my last name. It said nothing at first because I was on today. So I went to the week just because I knew I shot it this week. And then it popped me up. So when I do that, it brings up the images I had. So I clicked on this one. Once it brings up your image, then you have your buttons over here. The annotations are here. And there's more under this, like the arrow, okay? Because you're going to want to point to things when you make your when you label, correct? So let's say I'm going to make my arrow here. It starts with the point, and then I make that. Then I want to add a text box to tell myself what it was. So we're going to say that's the aortic arch. And then when I hit add, it comes up and it lets me drag it and click where I want it. Does that make sense? And then let's say I want to do central ray. I don't know if it gives me. Let's just do this. Central ray. Let's just say it was there. Oh, it's going to make me draw one. Oh, okay, there we go. So I can draw that. And then I can have a text box and put CR. And then you hit add and it comes up. You wouldn't even have to do that elliptical. You could just do that, literally. Oof, that's bright. Does that make sense? I wonder if I can delete that.
Can you right click on it?
That's what I was trying to do. Okay, that's funky. There's got to be an undo.
Edit.
No, I don't want to do that. Go away. Okay. We could just.
Should we get Mr. Registrado?
No.
So you said it starts
Okay.
shooting, we have 10 minutes, but like for this stuff we can stay after and do
You
that,
guys
so we
can
have
fight over the
plenty of time.
computer however long you want. I don't care.
Okay.
They're just all going to be due. I'm going to say Thursday morning. Whatever date that. What's today? Today's the 19th, so the 26th. But the 26th, I think, in the
Yeah.
morning. So I have time to look at them because I'm going to have to grade them. I believe on here. I might be able to pull them in the room, but I'm not sure. So you have to label that. If you have to label like technique.
So it's gonna be on here, we're not doing a jump drive?
No jump.
Okay. So you'll just pull up our name and then
No,
grade it that?
you will.
Oh.
Oh, yes, because you'll send it to me. So I'm going to show you what I did.
Okay.
So we said it has to have that. It has to have. Oh, where did it go? Crap.
Would you not put the 48-inch with your technique?
No, I mean,
Or does it matter?
a lot of times they put it on there, as long as it's on there. Correct. Wonder where it went when I did that.
And when we
Never gonna
annotate the angle.
You can, you don't have to. I'll know it's angled because I'll know if I see apices or not. So whatever else you had to add, let's say I'm done and I want to send it. Do you see this send? I'm going to hope that that works. We'll see. But if I hit send, do you want to send all images of the selected study? So you're going to say yes, which means it's going to send me all of those images. Because if you repeat something, I want to see both of them. Let me cancel that for a second. Let's say I repeated this. Just like on the other one, I want you to tell me CR off not indeterminate, no angle onto. That really isn't what was wrong, but if that was the case, then you're gonna do this so that I know when I pull that one up, this is what was wrong with it. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So now let's send it. Do you want to send all the images? Yeah, that's all images. I'll have to go see if it went in there, but then it sends to me, and I'll show you why. So I'm going to exit out of that. Items that are being sent. Do you want to exit? Click on items that are being sent. Sure. External save is not completed. Do you want to exit? External save.
Like the dichotomy.
I think it just saved that didn't send it, so it's still sending this.
I don't want to external save it though. Export. I think that's what you have to click on because she said export. Nope, that means when they save it.
You don't have a shared drive in there that we can upload it to?
No, it because it's me, it should automatically come to me. Let me just exit and see what happens. I'll know if it came to me or not. Okay. When you first come in this, you're basically going to go on this VIX view and double click on it.
Stop it.
Shut up. So you guys are going to come in VIX view. Basically when it does this, it has to refresh the detector and the system, and it has to connect everything. That's why it takes a few minutes for it to come up. Not normally this long, but it's probably because I shut it down and it was already up. Yes. Okay. The password is the same. It's ViewWorks.
You're not typing.
And then enter or log in.
So the password's the same.
Yep, same as that.
Okay.
Storage too. Oh. So maybe it didn't send it. Retry. Okay, while it's doing that, you're going to come up on an unscheduled patient, which is fine. You're going to leave this, Kaiser University Daytona, leave the time because that's when you're shooting. Patient ID, you're going to pick the last 4 of your social, okay? If it comes up and says it's somebody else, I guess pick some other 4 numbers, but you got to remember those 4 numbers because when you shoot in here for me and Miss Ray in the future classes, you want it to remember you because if I put in 7126 for me now and enter, it's going to remember me. Does that make sense?
So
So if you've
autofill.
never shot
It'll
here, then it
autofill.
won't do that.
Correct. So let's say you're, I don't
Mine's
know.
2832.
I don't want to make you though. I want you to make yourself.
Okay.
So let's just say we put some bogus number in there. Then you guys are gonna fill in your last name, your
Trish.
first name, Trish Mandel, sex, birth date. You can either do it that way, or I think you can click on that and pick it that way. Procedure. And it'll tell you if you did something wrong. Like I did it and I didn't click on that. So then you have to go down here and pick, which everybody will pick. AP chest. Okay. Study description, it comes up. The physician, this is where you're picking who you're sending it to. So you'll pick me, and then you can leave it as routine, and then you're going to click start study. I don't want to start it because I don't want to put that number in there in case it ends up being somebody. Does that make sense? You click start study, and then it comes. Let's do it.
Zeros. Nobody's lost one of those zeros.
No, you don't think? We'll make her birthday 8. So when you hit start study, it comes up like that. And this is what you told it. So it comes up with an AP chest. Does that make sense? If I wanted to add something to that, like in the field, if you realize, oh, they want something else, then you can go over here and you would add whatever you wanted. Like if you needed a knee. And then
Like
you wanted
on
an
the
AP
computer at
or not.
Memorial when he was going over there
Yes.
picking.
Yep.
Okay.
And then he was like, wait, you're not on the right thing. Yes.
Okay.
And then so once you have it, like you guys are just going to have that. So you make sure that one's highlighted. Then you would set up that and have this on. And when you shoot, it comes up right here.
Okay.
Okay? Once you shoot and you've got your image, then at that point, all you're going to do is exit, which I believe you want to click up here, not that one. It'll say your name. And when you click it, now it's going to tell me, like basically it's saying you didn't shoot anything. Are you sure you want to close it? I don't remember what it says, but I'll come over here when you guys are shooting just to make sure it works. But I'm going to close it. When you guys close it, it'll save it. And then it should, we go in the database. What did I say the name was? CCCCC?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't shoot anything. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
So when you go in that way and go out of it, you guys will go out and annotate later. It's just this is where you would go when you're in that same screen. You're just
Database.
going to go to database and you can search it by your last name.
And then it comes up, and then
And
that's
just-
when you were annotating it.
Right. Make sure you're picking, like if you shot yesterday, then it would be this week. If you shot last week, then you probably want to click month. And then it'll bring you up and you just highlight, and then it'll show you the ones that you have. Oh, it saved it. I was curious. I'll have to go see if it sent it to me or not. Does that kind of make sense?
Uh-huh.
This is not hard. It pretty much yells at you anything you do wrong. It must have sent because it didn't tell me this time, like, hey, you still have unsent images. So I'll go in the class and make sure it sent it to me. That's your control panel for this. And when you shoot, this has to be on and you have to be in that program. Otherwise it won't. Do you ever notice when we play in that room, we don't really shoot, but this is usually off?
Mm-hmm.
So if this is off, it won't read the detector. So when we don't shoot DR, we have to make sure this is off and not in the program that it's in. I mean, it could be like that. It doesn't have to be off, but you can't be in VixView when you're shooting.